Magic is a matter of learning to understand and discover the hidden powers of the natural world. Sorcery would be a matter of using them for the better or worse of yourself and others. Magic can be practiced in a group or as an individual. Ceremonial magic is when a human or a group of humans know how to control magic by utilizing hermetic principles and higher laws to their advantage. Very important to remember is the interpretation of magic as evil in our current culture. The main sources of information about magic are entertainment and religions. All the big entertainment platforms are owned by powerful people who do not want you to know how to develop your own powers. This is why they entertain humanity in the first place. On the other side, religions inverted the search for our power from inside out, and now, everyone is searching for their powers in the sky and in churches. Of course, they will say that practicing magic is evil. It involves introspection. Now, we must understand that magic is a tool. It can be used for good and evil practices. All practitioners use a type of energy to empower their magic. There are many types and teachings in the practicing of magic, and each has a specific channeling technique. A part of them are wizards. They use raw energy through study and collected knowledge. Witches and warlocks channel magic through intense emotions. Mages channel magic at the cost of personal energy. Shamans are using ceremonial prayers and plants. Druids channel magic through attunement with nature. Conjurer uses the energy of a spirit trapped in a physical device. Witch doctors manipulate energy through blood sacrifices and pain. We are all practicing magic at one level or another, conscious or not. When it comes to food, a conscious magician will understand that he is what he eats. One will purify and bless his drinking water and his food. Will know that the trauma of an animal is absorbed by the human body when consumed. Will notice the relationship between plants and the location they grow in. Will always eat to live and never live to eat. When it comes to health, a wizard will connect regularly with the elements. Fresh breaths of air will help control the body. Water will clean and purify him. Earth will ground and energize him. His meditations will balance his soul. And physical actions will ignite the fire to his motivation. If one will identify with the thoughts that his brain is generating constantly, he is a magician who serves his own ego. One should know, master, focus, change and manage his thoughts when necessary. When someone is creating an energetic charge and throws a curse to someone else, if that someone identifies with those words, will literally change its body chemistry and will probably create emotional blockages. It's necessary to understand that the emotional charge of a word is much more powerful than the word itself. Most of the times, humans forget to filter the information that their subconscious are constantly absorbing. Icons, logos, symbols and sounds, usually are taken by the subconscious exactly how they are presented. For example, sympathetic magic is based on the principle of thought. As thought attract other thoughts, a wizard will create a symbolic icon that will later manifest in this reality using the subconscious minds of humans that will be affected. At the same time, things that have once been in contact with each other continue to act on each other at a distance after the physical contact stopped. Because of this, many entities are exploiting and profiting over humanity using their icons and items. Music supposed to be one of the universal languages all around the world. It should unite and create strong emotional connections between cultures. But very few artists from the music industry get to the top without dramatically changing their styles and messages. They will dictate what mantras to put in your song, what subliminal messages and what rhythm to incorporate. This is not a coincidence. The music industry is owned just by a few, and they will only promote violence, crime, pornography and division because those are the vibrations that are closer to fear and are easier to control.
I said, David, I'd like to ask you a couple questions. I said, I already know the answers, but I've been gone for 5 years. I'd like to know if certain things are still the way they were when I left. I said, do they still take the master to the temple room? Dave said, yeah. I said, do they still have the coven conjure demons into the master? He said, of course. I said, now, I got to know something. What's the main reason for rock music? He said, come on, Lance, you know what the reason is. Please, David, I don't want to guess. Tell me what the main reason is. He says, the same as when you were in, so that we can play spells on people that we couldn't cast spells upon. After it's been recorded, on the full moon, it's taken into a temple room about the size of this auditorium that is in every one of the major music companies. And it's placed on an altar sitting in the north of the room, and a pentagram engraved in the floor. And 13 hand-chosen witches and wizards and a coven come in and conjure a principality or a power up, usually Regia, and order him to tell the demons under him to follow every record and every tape coming off of that master.
Humans are so far away from their authenticity that many of them don't even know the difference between their self and their personas. Education, art, entertainment, war, religions, banks, social media, technology, science. All industries from which humanity tries to find a way to expand, at one point is manipulated and constantly attacked by spells and sacrifices practiced by what we call the elite and their puppets.